I'm Danny DeHeck, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger, nickname from the New York Times. I'm pissed off, guys. I've recorded this introduction 3 times, and I keep saying December instead of September. So what does that mean? That number on the screen, listen to what I'm saying here. The 9th of September, not December, September 2022, $842 million was transferred out of HyperVerse into Bitcoin and put into external wallets. How do I know that? How do I know that? Get that gobbledygoo number at the top. That's the wallet address. It's an OKX wallet address. Take that number, go do your research, prove me wrong, and never let the truth get in the way of a good story, I always say. That's what happened, kids. On the 9th of September, money was transferred out of HyperVerse's account. We were told by a very reliable source that Sam Lee, yes, Sam Lee, that's in this video that's coming up, actually took the money. No, he didn't take the money. I must get this right. Sam Lee told a VIP5 that they were transferring the money out of HyperVerse into Bitcoin. They were never doing any whale trading, and they were never investing in any startups, and they had absolutely no intentions at paying money back to you guys who are sitting there with your hand out wanting your one times back. That's what Sam Lee told a VIP5. Okay, got it? Right, so now you've got the robber who's robbed you coming back into the community to have another go. And he's hiding behind an NDA agreement. NDA? Well, I'm not going to record this again. A non-disclosure, NDA agreement. NDA. So if he was, just think about this logically, if he was hiding behind an NDA agreement, then he wouldn't be able to get as far down the track as he has talking about them. Hey, no, it'd be stupid. And why doesn't he want to expose corporate? Oh, let me do it for you. There's 5 of them. That's what I got told. And this makes a lot of sense. You've got Ryan Zhu, right? Boom, big guy. Next guy, Jayden Wei, right? 2 people. And then you've got Sam Lee, 3 people. And then there's two Kevins. Now, if you want to know the 4th Kevin, go to my YouTube channel, which I'll just flip to. Go to my, it's not even on there at the moment. You've got to go to my YouTube channel. So I'm going to go to my YouTube channel, and in my community area, I posted some evidence showing you where the money has actually gone. So go to community area. Thank goodness I didn't start talking. And you go down here enough, and you'll see in the read more, I've actually put, I'll show you guys. Okay, so this is the guy who is known as one of the Kevins.
Chen Kaiyu, Kevin.
Right, now he is the owner of this company. When it loads, come on, load. Country HEIGHTS Holdings BHD. Now if you go down there, you can see, who's on that company. But if you go back to the next link, you'll see that Ryan Zhu is a director in that same company. Now, I think I've got that right. Just make sure. No, that's Ryan Zhu there. And here it talks about he's been an executive director. And anyway, so if you follow, just go to my community area, read those 2 links, and you can see the Tron scan address, and you can follow the money if you want. Now, if you are a crypto genius, please help me out. But as I said, the 9th of September, not December, September 2022 at 2:24.23 a.m. if you want, you will see a massive money movement, and it's just short of $900,000. Isn't that incredible? Right, now why I'm really fuming, this video that you're about to look is actually Sam Lee doing a video, and we've got one of the guys in my Telegram groups who's been trying to get people to sign a petition.
Sergey Baranov.
Beautiful name. Sergey has actually managed to get on a Zoom meeting finally with Sam, and he got to ask him some questions. So let's just listen to what Sam has agreed to do, which he hasn't done
and I'm willing to sign your petition. I'm here to find answers with you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, it's great to have you on our team.
Friends of mine who previously demonstrated honesty and integrity. I have a copious amount of evidence on all their activities. Many people, unfortunately, did not have sound financial advice. I have happy life until all of this happened. And now I'm responsible to make 2 million people whole. I'm ready to face the challenge. I'm ready to make 2 million people whole. I'll sign your petition.
Okay.
No problem. I am as pissed off as you in this space because I understand how the legal system works.
That makes me disgusted. He knows how the legal system doesn't work for stopping these scammers. It's bloody hard work. I spend hours of my day exposing and naming and shaming anyone that's promoting or running a Ponzi scheme or a scam. Hey, if you go to my website, click on Contact Us, you'll get this page. In here, you can give me your first name, last name, your contact details, and how much money you've lost on any scam, not just HyperVerse, but any scam. We've had some real good stuff happen lately, and I'm going to actually address it because we don't normally get much of a victory in here. But there's a company that thought they would come to town called wewe.Global, and they booked a venue at the Novotel Christchurch Airport. The good thing about that is we managed to stop them. They got flagged by the New Zealand Financial Association. I got the privilege of texting the organizer, telling them that I was going to go to the event and I'm not going to the event now because it's been flagged from the financial EMF. It's called FMA. And would you believe Diego took his bags off the aeroplane, decided it wouldn't be a wise idea to come to New Zealand with the fear that he might get arrested when he come to customs. They also cancelled the next 2 events that they were operating, and apparently they're going to take legal action against me and also the New Zealand's financial FMA, which is ridiculous. Can you imagine taking a government to court? This is the claims that these guys have said. So nothing's going to happen there, but it was a real victory. We even got we even managed to get a reporter to go along to the event. And if you go to that video, you can actually have a look and actually see the reporter talking to a guy by the name of Frank. And it was so good to get a photo of you, Frank. It was absolutely a real victory. David Farrier, myself, and then we've got Martin. I'll get his name read correctly.
Martin van Beenen.
He does some brilliant reporting, and he managed to take a video in, and it was just brilliant. So he went right through the Novotel. We've even written to the Novotel, the Hotel Commission, complaining that the Novotel run the event because we gave them warnings. I went to the police station, I rang up every venue, and I just made their life hell. And we won. We got them out of Christchurch, New Zealand. Don't come to my town and try to push a Ponzi scheme. Right, so in the video that you're about to watch, you are going to see some pretty cool stuff. For example, you're going to figure out, how you can look at that Tron scan, you can look at the amount taken out of HyperVerse's account, and you can try to follow it if you're a genius. Any feedback on that will be much appreciated. I'm not a crypto junkie. I may have it wrong, but that was an address that I was given. And that was some information from some pretty clued up people in this industry. And they're saying that's when all the money was taken out of HyperVerse. The other thing too, Sam is really trying to throw Ryan and Jayden under the bus. He's now telling us that 2 million people have signed up for HyperVerse, and it keeps growing all the time. Obviously, he's had a problem with Ryan and Jayden. Jayden, if you don't know who Jayden Wei is, he originally was the CEO for HyperVerse, and then they got rid of him and put the famous Stephen Rees-Lewis in as the CEO, and Jayden was meant to have disappeared out of it. I don't know if he got chicken shit or what it was, but long story short, he's not out of it. He's still in it, and you've got Ryan and Jayden probably behind HyperNation, and then you've got Sam Lee, who's trying to build Stable Dao. And Stable Dao, the other day, somebody in this very video you're about to watch, somebody was complaining that they have frozen the withdrawals already, which means it's a flop, and he denied it, and he said no, there was a Tron problem. Excuses coming out of Sam Lee's mouth. Look, I believe that this is their last opportunity to survive. They've only got a few months left and they're going to be cleaned up by hopefully the authorities or someone who's got more clout than I have. But I'm here to name and shame and expose anyone promoting or running a Ponzi scheme or a scam. And I can do with your help. You can do something very simple to help me. You can buy me a coffee off my website that keeps me in the lifestyle I've become accustomed, or you can simply hit the thumbs up button on this video. Log into your YouTube account, please. That one little button makes a huge difference. And posting a comment of support even more, not for my ego, but then YouTube look at these videos and go, look, there's a video that's got a lot of interaction. Even if you go to bed at night and play it to the end, it tells people that you're watching my content, and the algorithm kicks in, and then they start sending my videos out to the masses. And that's how we're going to get more exposure. When HyperVerse was in its prime, my videos were getting about 5,000 to 7,000 views, and now they're around about the 500 to 1,200 views in a 3-week period. So I need your help. It's just literal science and maths behind it all. So hit the thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the bell, and you'll be notified when new videos come out. But this video is in 3 parts. If you go into the description, so we just go back to workshop mode for a second, and if you go to let's go to any old video other than that one. So let's go to the wewe.Global one, and we go to mini player. I don't even know how to say his name. That's not what I wanted. There it is.
Jose Gordo.
Jose Gordo. So you can see that. Okay, so if you go to the bottom, what you do is you click on the description, and I put all the timestamps here. But if you want the luxury of going all the way to the bottom, oh my God, it's not here. Normally there's a button down here saying chapters. I'm not going to bore you and go to another video. You click on chapters and they all turn up on the right hand side here, and you can click through the chapters. So do go into the description. I always put the timestamps here. And what is a timestamp? If you don't know, you can click on Steve and it will take you to 33 minutes exactly. And, well, Jonathan, oh no, Steve. And then you can watch that part without having to watch the whole video. And it's real cool. And you can share that specific timestamp with someone and they can go straight to that part of the video you're talking about. Same when you're doing comments. If you're doing a comment, where is comments on this thing? Oh my God. Anyway, I'm not going to give you a lecture. Let's go back to the me. Let's fade this in. And the first part is a few question and answers. And then we've got
Sergey Baranov.
And he's asking Sam to sign the petition, which he hasn't done yet. I've been messaging Sam. He reads my messages, but he never replies. But you haven't signed the petition, Sam. We've got you saying you're going to sign it, but you haven't signed it. So what's the story there? Do you know why? You can't sign it, can you? Because you are corporate. You are corporate, and it's like a bank robber signing his own petition to be investigated. Of course, you don't want that. And he's given some real curly answers when it comes to, is a petition the way to go? Is getting legal the way to go? He's threatening the community by saying, if you sign this petition, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot. Unfortunately, my friends, the money has gone. It's already been transferred out of HyperVerse. You can see the transaction. It's been put into digital wallets. And what they're waiting for is they're waiting for crypto to take off again, because they can't sell, they can't give back the assets. If they give back the assets to the community and do the right thing, they'll have nothing to trade themselves out of this disaster they've got them into. They think they're gurus. They think they know more about crypto than the average bear. I'm not going to get started. Enjoy my video, and I'll see you on the outside. I'll see you on the inside. I'll see you in the video.
Affiliate marketing structures that we can create, combined with the tokenomics that blockchain enables, will create significant value for the common man to participate into the future. But in order to solve the hyper community problem, which inadvertently happened, not on my watch, but I've observed it, then the big problem needs an even bigger solution. And that is why I had to accelerate my conversations with large Fortune 500 companies, begging them to understand tokenomics, affiliate marketing together will drive sales for them. And if that's the case, then give me some marketing budget so that I could put my people to work.
We didn't discuss this, did we? You just repeated exactly what you said 48 hours ago. Thank you. I appreciate that. In clarity, is that the reason why HyperNation is working and HyperVerse isn't?
Well, HyperNation, again, I have no visibility. If it's working, then great. And I hope that it keeps working, because there are many people who have entrusted money into that platform to receive a reward, and they are living off that reward. So it's important that corporate delivers on their promises and continues to do the right thing. So you know, my objective is now to gather more information, understand the situation, so that corporate is accountable for the entirety of the situation. So I'm glad that they're moving HyperNation forward, but they also need to make sure that there is a result that is positive for the people who came into HyperVerse.
Thanks, Tracy. If you can ask any more questions, just come back around again. We've got
move on to Mike.
Mike, yep.
Hello, Sam. Thank you so much
No
for
problem.
coming. Yeah, really appreciate your integrity. And we can see that you are a man of integrity, and you are trying to solve these problems, and we really much appreciate it, Sam. My question is, I've seen on YouTube videos that some members
talking about Danny the Hit, guys.
who purchased packages in Stable Dao, they're experiencing withdrawal problems. Is that true?
No.
True.
Okay. That's my question.
If they are experiencing withdrawal problems, I think there was you know, a Tron network crash a couple of days ago, you know, and you know how people panic. But look, I'll do customer support for Stable Dao, no problems. Just send them my way. Thank you.
Okay.
He's after the community.
Thank you.
That's always after.
Sam, the next person I'm going to bring on, just to prep you, is very, very angry with you. He thinks you're a scam artist, and he's got a petition that he wants people to sign to take you to court.
Brilliant.
I know you're happy to take questions from anybody. I'm going to let him communicate to you, and obviously if it goes out of hand, I will mute him. But are you okay to take that?
Absolutely. Thank you, Harinder.
And you'd say yes, so I was trying to ask you. He's very happy that you are. Let me just bring him on board. Do you want to unmute yourself? I think his name's Anne.
No, it's Sergey.
Sergey.
Hello, my name is Sergey.
Yes,
Can
we
you
can
hear
hear
me?
you, Sergey. Go for it.
I'm very angry. You got it right, but so is millions of people who feel defrauded and scammed. Okay, so here's my question to Sam. So you just said that, you know, you got our membership money and you had spectacular, you know, return. So my question is, where is the money? We didn't have our money back. What you promised us 300% and then 400%, not even what we put in, and yet you guys enjoy enormous, your word, enormous return. So where is the money? Can you please answer this question? That's the third question, very quick.
The money's with corporate. I can't reveal who corporate is because I'm under NDA, and I'm willing to sign your petition so that corporate is held accountable with the money that they currently have.
What happened to
because
transparency?
That needs to be returned to members.
You're not being transparent.
Okay, so you are on our side. You are willing to cooperate with authorities. Is that what you're saying?
Always.
Absolutely.
I've been doing it for years.
Absolutely. Can I personally have your contact so I can contact you outside of the chat? How we do that?
Of course. My WhatsApp number is +61. That's the Australian extension. +61 433 844
844
199.
199. And plus, okay, wonderful. Thank you very much. That's good. Okay, makes me feel a little bit better. Another question.
Already had that
I'm not
information.
here to make you feel better.
Very
I'm here to find answers with you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, it's great to have you on our team because our team is growing and there are like many people are sick and tired of this scam. Okay, so another question. You said it didn't happen on your watch, but you kind of was observing that. So you were seeing that. So my question is like, did you try to do anything about that? Did you try to maybe report them to authorities or do something outside of those board meetings to say like, guys, you are defrauding people. This is massive fraud and it's criminal offense. You're going to prison. Did you try to do anything of that kind?
Good question.
The reason I didn't try to do anything is two reasons actually. One is
You're a scammer?
they are friends of mine who previously demonstrated honesty and integrity and have delivered on their promises. So I have to give them the benefit of a doubt. I have to give them time. You know, I have a copious amount of evidence on all their activities, but I have to give them time. Because you know what will be the worst case, Sergey?
Oh, now he's threatening
Me
you.
coming and doing these public Zooms, and then, you know what? All these websites shut down forever. People are unfortunately stuck in a situation where they came into my original intention and now are waiting for something to happen. And, 9 months has passed. That's too much time.
Lies.
That's too much time because many people, unfortunately, did not have sound financial advice and just not only put all their money in, but borrowed money from everyone around them. But that is caused by a lack of education.
Oh, whatever.
I do not want to deal with any of this. I want to always be behind the scenes, privately, making my fees as people make or lose money in the crypto world. You have to understand, infrastructure player means
If
we
you're
just
watching
sit in
the
the
live stream,
background.
please hit the thumbs up
We
button.
just
Help get
manage
this video out.
trades. We just match the bids and the ask prices, right? That's what I did. I have happy life until all of this happened. And now I'm responsible to make 2 million people whole. And guess what, right? It took me 9 months to learn about this industry to a point where I'm still not sure what I'm doing, but I'm ready to face the challenge. I'm ready to make 2 million people whole. Because you know what? What we are creating is something great. But we need to do it in a right way, in a way that is transparent. If people know how they made money and they know how they lost money, they will choose not to lose money again, and they will choose to make money because they know how to make money. If I transparently teach you how to make money, you can repeat that. If I transparently teach you how to lose money, you will not repeat that. At least you paid money to learn a lesson, and then that's it. Halas, move on, right? But unfortunately, the worst case is when people participate in things and they make money or lose money and they don't know how they made it and lost it. Because they could only guess. They could only guess and try and replicate. No, education is key. Knowledge is key. Sergey, you're here to educate this community with me.
Yeah, okay, let's do it together. Let's try to get our money back. And people who lost retirement, savings, people who cannot pay their bills, we were misrepresented. Nobody told us in the beginning that we put our money and you guys take the money and you gamble with this money. Do you have my permission to do that? Did I give permission to Ryan Zhu, whatever his name, or whoever? That was not in the disclosure. That was not in the terms of agreement. It was misrepresented by people like Charles Pesh and others. It's like we put in this incredible blockchain company, and they have all these businesses going on. It's like you present it as a safe way to put your money and get 300% and 400.
I didn't.
But it's no way. No one said that this money will be gambled with. That's what FTX did. That's what Sam Bankman. That's why the Sam Bankman fraud this guy. He's arrested now because of that. He gambled with customer money. This is illegal activity, guys. Do you understand that this is a fraud? This why you guys going to prison. I'm not saying you. I'm saying all these people that, are running this. Maybe you go with them. I don't know. We'll have to see, It depends. I don't know. But I'm telling you this, man. These people have stolen my money and millions of people, and the people will go after them in all legal ways. This is not going away. I will be doing that in 1 year, in 10 years, in 50 years, until I get my money back, or I see you guys in prison. Do you understand that? And my advice to you, personally, human to human, understand that many people got defrauded. And if you protect those guys, you go down with them. Be on our side and cooperate and provide all the information to put them in jail. Okay? That's what you have to do. If not,
I'll sign you. I'll sign your petition.
Okay, we
No
should share
problem.
this petition. What?
So,
Sorry. Just unmute him. Unmute him.
I
Right.
didn't actually mute him. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah. He's on a roll. Let him speak.
Yeah, I
Thank
didn't
you,
mute him.
Sergey.
I don't know what happened there. Go.
I already said everything. Are you going to sign my petition? Are you going to share my petition with the community?
Of course.
Yeah? How do we do that? Can Rick put this petition so everybody sees that?
No. Just you have my WhatsApp. You have my contact details. Just like the rest of the community has my contact details, right? When I created HyperFund in a press release on PR Wire, it has my mobile phone number. It has my mobile phone number back in 2020. Anyone can reach out to me. Sergey, you have to understand, right? I am as pissed off as you, but I put a smile on this face because I understand how the legal system works, right? And the legal system needs to be upgraded before these people that have taken your money can be held accountable. So what can we do now?
Send
We signed the
petition to
petition.
authorities, to government agencies, FBI,
Because
everyone.
of course.
That's
But
what-
the thing is,
that's what we're doing.
but the thing is, you have to realize a petition doesn't lead to an outcome unless the law protects you. You are playing in a lightly regulated industry that I know better than you.
Okay,
And unfortunately, people in my circle who I thought were friends took advantage of that. I'm here to now help you, to help the community, to make everything not right, but at least what I want to do is make everyone equally unhappy. At least you and me need to be equally unhappy. Because
I want you to be happy, like me.
No. You know, I haven't slept well until I started doing these Zooms, right? So my job is to keep doing these Zooms, keep explaining to this community the situation, and keep delivering on outcomes that the community can see day by day by day. And that takes time. You know, I'm asking the community for patience, and I'm sure the community, unfortunately, has to give me patience because, unfortunately, there is no other choice. Shit.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
did you just click on something, Arina?
No, I
Okay.
didn't.
Okay.
It must.
I thought I disappeared there.
It must be the
Don't worry. Okay.
My screen went white. I just
Yeah,
saw white
same
light.
here. I think we need to move on from Sergey because other people got their hands up and we can come back again. Is that okay?
Sergey, drop me a WhatsApp.
I will. You will hear from me 100%.
Great. Thank you.
Sergey, I really honor you and appreciate you for sharing that. It was useful because many other people probably wanted to express, but didn't have the courage to. So thank you for representing many people. And Sam, I knew you'd be, because Sam's ready for anything and he wants to do this. Okay, let's go to Kamlesh. Kamlesh, let me spotlight you. Go for it.
Hi there. Hey, it's nice to meet you. Just call me Cam. Yeah, I know you're in Dubai, but I'm one of your sort of hometown members. I live in Melbourne, Australia. So maybe we can catch up for a decent coffee and maybe a beer sometime. But my question is that you say that you kind of head up Hypertech Group, and I mean, I've worked in a few corporate companies to understand that if you're heading up a group or even a multiple subsidiary companies in a group, that you are in charge of accessing information when you need it. So what I don't understand is that if HyperVerse and HyperNation are different companies in the organization, why can't you just get the database from them, and instead of trying to go down this route as well, because that will be more accurate than probably going to individuals separately.
You're right, and I have unfortunately been unsuccessful in accessing the database because the original structural agreements meant the affiliate marketing company that was branded Hyper is managed entirely by a separate entity, right? Look, if things started going wrong and I'm legally liable, this would have been flagged by my compliance division and brought in front of me for me to deal with it, right? Because if I don't deal with it, my board and shareholders will hold me accountable. So unfortunately, this was a gap in my understanding, and I thought that Amway, being a platform that has generated generational wealth, is a great idea. I just didn't know how it worked, and therefore putting the right people who knew and understood this industry very well, supplying them the relationships that we had and the tokenomics models that we had, we just figured this thing will be a win-win outcome for everybody. But I let, because of the material contracts in the beginning, this to be an independent structure, only because I didn't understand this ecosystem well enough. Yeah. Now that I do, I realized how dangerous that was, and therefore I'm here to deal with all that has happened, right? From everything that has happened, right? In my, it's like I've made some bad decisions, right? But the bad decisions was either my own money or I made eventually for people who I lost money for whole, right? So I don't have any regret in my life, but and that was in a very private setting, right? It's like half a dozen people here, a couple dozen people there. This, however, is on another level, and this is why I am in front of the community to at least ask everyone to give me some time, and more importantly, some visibility, right? And there has been leaders that have given me visibility early on, right? As soon as issues happened, right, they gave me visibility, Kalpish being one of them, right? And I appreciate these people for, reaching out to me and, asking me the necessary questions for them to make their decisions, right? So, what is due diligence, right? Due diligence is to really stare me in the eye, have a beer with me, and talk about everything that has happened around our lives, but not business. That is true due diligence, right? And you know what? By building friendships and then on top of that, real business is how I've always operated. So I wish that we could, over time, understand the needs of this community better so that I'm able to assist the community in building the defense that they need to move forward in this industry. Trust blockchain is the future, and that affiliate marketing is the epicenter of tokenomics.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of people in the whole Hypertech group are quite new to affiliate marketing. I mean, because of the opportunity, a lot of new people have joined this. So I don't think it's rocket science. It's basically sharing an idea with people. There's nothing really complex about it. I'm new to it as well. This is the first time I'm doing this type of business. I guess what I want to do is let's just get into solution mode. One of the simple solutions be that all these funds that you've made from the income that you've received is just move that into HyperVerse or even HyperNation so that people can start withdrawing. And if you're part of the tech company or are the tech, then technology will allow you to switch that capability on. Well, am I being too simplistic? Is there other complexities around?
No. I mean, there's a lot of moving parts, and the information I give might seem contradictory if you only heard parts of it. So let's be clear. I am the technology company. We did supply technology to this company. The subsequent outcome of supplying technology to this company is they then deploy this technology in their own service. And when we deploy, when they deploy this technology on their own servers, that means whatever database is created, which is the Hyper community, is not with me. Okay, so I don't even know where to start. When someone sends me a screenshot, is it photoshopped? Right? You can just right-click, view source, edit some of the code there, and then make it appear more. Right? My point is, I need to be now in front of everyone in order to at least have an intelligent conversation with corporate. And that starts with at least a discovery phase, an information gathering phase, and then subsequently, a mediation phase, right? I can't mediate if I don't know what's going on, right? And I understand this confuses a lot of people because a lot of people thought I was
Danny DeHeck, the crypto Ponzi scheme avenger. And that was me live broadcasting. Perhaps if I didn't put my background on with HyperNation, and I would have been all right staying there a bit longer. But we got the gist of it, so I hope you enjoyed the live broadcast. And it amazes me how many people in these Zoom meetings actually use their real name. If you are a criminal and you like to learn how to recruit people as Ponzi schemes, don't use your real name. I have a field day in there. All right, hey, thanks for watching. And I will press stop. That's 26 minutes of Sam Lee trying to convince everyone that he's not corporate. Now, I got told from a very high up VIP member that there's 5 people in corporate. Sam Lee, Ryan Jew, and Jayden Wei. And there's also a guy called Kevin, and there's also another person called Kevin. All of them are Chinese except Sam Lee. He's born in Australia, but obviously Chinese descent. So these guys, I've come up with 25 questions that we want to ask Sam Lee. There's no doubt in anyone's mind that Sam Lee is trying to promote his own Stable Dao. And while I've got your attention on this live feed, this is what I believe that has happened. A few months ago, there was a company alleging that they were going to use Sam Lee to start up a company called HyperOne. And we saw photos of Sam Lee negotiating with different people. I looked at those photos and I found that there was timestamps on them, and those photos were taken in 2018. Anyway, I believe that he actually was trying to start up something at that time called HyperOne. It didn't eventuate. Then later on, we got him coming out of hiding, and he started up Stable Dao. Stable.limited is the website address. If you go to his YouTube channel, you can see he's not having much success promoting it. Now, what Stable Dao's problem? The problem with Stable Dao is he's telling everyone from the Hyper community to come over to his platform, sign up free of charge. You've got nothing to lose. But you need to actually give him your KYC documents, which means that you're giving him all your personal details. Who knows where that information is going to go? Then he tells you that you'll never have to invest anything. He also tells you he's got money that's maturing. Where did that money come from? He's going to use that money to hopefully go back to the casino and place some bets on crypto opportunities that are going to come up in what he thinks is the next bull market. And that's how he claims he's going to get your money back. And of course, he says it's not going to cost you a cent. Do you know why? Because he's going to ask you to recruit your friends and family into opportunities that he puts on his website. So he likened it to Facebook the other day and basically said that you don't need to do anything, you just need to refer it to your friends. Can you imagine some crypto robber like Sam Lee who's taken your money in the past, coming back as the robber, deciding he's going to set up another opportunity where he can rob you again? Now, that's not uncommon. Most people who have their house ransacked and their items stolen, they get them all replaced by the insurance company, and then the same robbers come back and steal the latest equipment. He is a criminal, no doubt about it. So can you provide evidence of the payment made to Hyper for members' accounts? Now, he's alleging that he actually paid money from his own money handling department to Hyper so that he could replay the members, and HyperNation never did that. So we want to see a transaction of that. That's question 1. Question 2, can you explain the status of crypto? The crypto stash you mentioned that was invested for us that matures in 2023. And will these proceeds be out to go, will these money that he claims that he's got money invested in some crypto opportunity that's going to mature in 2023, is that going to be used to pay out the members? Now, he says he doesn't have any proof or any data knowing how much you paid. So he wants you to set up your KYC so that you can do screenshots of the back end, and then he will trust that's the amount of money that you are owed. Now, this amount of money that you are owed is only if you've never received any money from HyperVerse. So I've got one guy I know that put $5 million and his family into HyperVerse. Now, he did withdraw some money. He withdrew 36,000 into the Hu exchange, and when the Hu exchange crashed, he managed to get $1,600 back from his $5 million plus investment. Now, there's a guy that's put $5 million in who has actually got some money out, but nothing like his one time. So I don't think he'll be at the front of the queue because he's already got $32,000 out with $34,000, and he only eventually got $1,600 out. So that's what. So I want to ask Sam these questions. Why do we need the members' personal information and KYC documents? That is really shady. We're just going to put this in the center of the screen. This is really an impromptu video. I meant to be doing one about wewe.Global at the moment. Can you clarify the changes? I have to read this. I'm not a good reader. Listen to this.
Can you clarify the change in stance regarding asking for money when you first joined?
Right. So originally when he started talking about Stable Dao, he said that people didn't need to invest any money. So now he's changed his stance on that, and he is providing opportunities where people can invest. But obviously he's trying to say no one from HyperVerse will have to pay any money. But then he's not saying they will get their money back. What he's saying, they need to recruit, because this is all about collecting affiliates. So we're having email marketers marketing his Stable Dao. Nothing about actually getting money back. He's never said that we've gathered intel on 500,000 people and we need to raise $1 billion before we can actually pay back that money. He's never come up with any figures. Right, question number 5.
Can you explain why you claim not to be a corporate?
So it's blatantly obvious. If you go back to the original videos, I did a video probably about 10 videos back saying that Sam Lee, Ryan Zhu and Jayden and 2 Kevins that we don't know, which I do know one of the Kevins now. And I'm not going to say his name because I'm still doing some research on that before I do a video about it. However, he's saying he's not part of corporate, which is just absolutely ridiculous. He is corporate. If you go back to Project Frugal, if you go back to my video and watch it, it's blatantly obvious that Jayden Wei was actually the CEO of HyperVerse, and they replaced him with the fake actor Stephen Reese Lewis. And then Jayden fell off, but Jayden's still involved. Now, I think Molecular MOF, he was theoretically the CEO of that company as well, which was the cryptocurrency they were using to get money off the platform. My reliable source says that the reason why he left HyperVerse was because Sam Lee told him that they were transferring HVT into Bitcoin and stashing it away in wallets. And he also told him that they never had done any whale trading, because that's what they told the VIPs at the start. And also, the other thing is they said they were going to invest in new startups. They've never done any of those 3 things. And the other thing that Sam Lee told him, who says he's been transparent, is the fact that they never intended to pay back 1 times to the members. Never. Now, this is Sam Lee talking. So Sam Lee's here trying to get your data. This is data theft. He wants to use you and the community who don't understand all this. And then he's going to use that to use you to sell his future ideas to. So give him your personal data if you don't care about it. But his interior motive is to scam you. So number 5. So explain why you claim you're not corporate. He is corporate. That is a complete, utter lie. There's no doubt about that. Right, number 6 I have in front of me.
How do you respond to allegations that you are using the members for your own Ponzi schemes?
Yeah, so Stable Dao is a Ponzi scheme because there's no product or service. It's simply relying on people putting money in, and then they will pay rewards to people who recruit other people into it. It's got a multi-level marketing affiliate system, and so don't think just because you don't pay that you're not going to lose your money and you've got nothing to lose. The ones that are winning are corporate, and Sam is corporate. I don't know if I can say that any other way.
Can you confirm the presence of an office in London?
Okay, so we're looking at Stable Dao at the moment. When I first did my first video on Stable Dao, the offices actually were in London. And when I did a search on the London address, it was Regis. Regis is a shared office space. The very next day after my video was released, then they updated that to an office in Tokyo. The office in Tokyo is also Regis. I used to own a business networking company and shared office spaces called co-sharing office spaces. Regis is one of the biggest in the world, so it's easy to flag them as your office address and have a virtual office. But why did they change from the office address in London to the one they now have in Tokyo? Doesn't make sense. Too much shady stuff going on here. All right, number 8.
Can you provide more details about your partners in Stable Dao?
Yeah, so when you go look at my Stable Dao video, if you go to my YouTube channel, click on videos, there's a search bar, search for Stable, and you'll find the Stable video. I went through each of their LinkedIn accounts. There's 5 of them in Stable Dao, and they look like nobodies. They really do. If you look at my LinkedIn profile, you'll see I've got about 7,500 followers. I'm nobody. These guys, the most I think was 1,700 followers, and they really are just, and you go to Sam Lee's YouTube channel that a lot of the videos have only got 200, 300, 400 people viewing them. Some of them as little as 150. So Sam is starving. And these guys are trying to make out that some gurus in the crypto field because they've got Sam Lee. No doubt these are investor guys who have put money in. And I do believe, if I really look at this in a bigger picture, I believe that Ryan Zhu, Jayden Wei, and Sam, Ryan Zhu and Jayden Wei are HyperNation, very Chinese themed HyperNation, which you'd have to agree with. They had a fallout. Sam Lee started his own thing. Maybe it was Hyper One, never got off the ground, but eventually he built up Stable Dao. They don't control the money. There's no doubt about that. There's a bigger entity above it. I think it's the Chinese mafia or something like that. I don't know. But the guy Kevin and the other guy Kevin, I believe they control the purse strings. Now the Kevin that I've researched was mentioned in a video that I watched a wee while ago as someone that has been flagged by the Who Exchange, and they had an article about this Kevin who meant to have taken all the money. I actually believe that's true. I've got if you want it, leave a comment and I'll put it. But I actually have a wallet address of just short of $900 million that was transferred out on a certain date around the time when they were having all the problems with HyperVerse. So I have a wallet address when money was exchanged out for just short of $900 million. And I believe that has gone to the person that has the money. And I tell you now, it's not Sam Lee, it's not Ryan Zhu, and it's not Jayden Wei. These guys wouldn't be setting up new or pushing this if they had all the money. What drives them? I've no doubt that there's something bigger behind it. So what I'm getting at with the question 8 is, can you provide more details about the partners in Stable Dao? What I'm actually getting at there, these guys look like investors hoping that Sam Lee is going to come through with them and get good return on their investment. And what their investment is Sam Lee is scamming people who join up Stable Dao.
How do you address concerns about the failures of Hyper and the new scheme being a scam to extort money from members?
Yeah, so a lot of people are saying, like I am, that there's so many failures with HyperVerse. I mean, you go back to the start of it and think about this. We've got, originally it started with Blockchain Global. Then they created a company called Bitcoin Group. Then they formed a company called Collinstar Capital. Then Collinstar Capital bought 40% shares in Blockchain Global. Blockchain Global actually managed to get on the Australian share market, and they actually got $50 million from investors. And the last I heard, liquidators were looking for $21 million that was unaccounted for, and then Sam Lee just appeared. And that's why when he come back onto the scene about 2.5 months ago, I mean, Sam is alive, because he's been in hiding. And that's, well, let's go back. So you've got first one, Blockchain Global. No, Bitcoin Group, Blockchain Global, then Collinstar Capital, then Hyper Capital, then Hyper Fund, HyperVerse, HyperNation, HyperCosmos, and I think they've got Hyper Planet, and they've also started up a mall called Hyper Store. And obviously they've had coins along the way as well. So there's a lot of history. So let's just say, it would be fair to say that everything to do with Hyper has been a failure, other than collecting a whole lot of money from people who are now disgruntled. Hence why you've got people like our friend here was trying to get the petition. Now, if you are going to sign the petition, go to my website and you'll see the video with the link on that. Would be much appreciated. Right, now what have we got? So failures. So how does he address the issues that he's scamming, trying to extort money from members? Well, it's pretty obvious he doesn't think that's true. He thinks he's trying to say he's going to help people, which is just a total lie.
Can you provide updates on the whereabouts of Ryan and Keith?
Right, Ryan and Keith. Now, I did a video on my YouTube channel of Ryan doing the vacuuming at home. We've also found out that he was in a karaoke bar, and my informant told me that karaoke bar was in New York. That checks out. So as much as this may sound really unusual, it does seem like Ryan is in America somewhere. The apartment where I got the video of him doing the vacuuming, I zoomed up on all the plugs and the fittings, and they checked out to be American plugs and fittings. It didn't look like he was living a lavish lifestyle. In fact, I've got a photo of him crying on his birthday. I've literally had people tell me they have seen Ryan Zhu in a casino based in New York, and they have walked up to him and said, "Hello Ryan, how are you doing?" And he's denied that it was Ryan. He's got a pretty distinctive face, you have to agree. So if you have had any sightings of Ryan anywhere, or if you do see this guy about, then please let us know, and we will be able to find the whereabouts. Now, as for Keith, I did hear rumours that he was unhealthy. He'd been pushing the HyperVerse bell for about 2.5 years, and now he's having a bit of a rest. I'm pretty sure he's... I think, well, if you're looking from my perspective, I believe these are all scammers. So there's no doubt in my mind that they've defrauded everyone. You've got Kalpesh Patel and you've got Keith Williams who started this. You've got people way back like Amanda Lee, who was an Australian. I mean, I've watched all the Zoom meetings with Hyperfund when they only had 100 people in these Zoom meetings, and it grew and it grew and it grew, and now there's meant to be 1 million people invested in HyperVerse. Now that's a $4 billion scam if they all invested the minimum of $300 to $400, which is ridiculous. And as I said earlier, one guy invested $5 million with his family's money. So there's a lot more money at stake here. So I believe, my personal opinion is that Keith is now doing a runner. And also my informant said that he was offered an incredible lot of money to do a slow exit for HyperVerse. All right. So if that's the case, it looks like when Keith was made the regional, the global sales representative for HyperNation, he actually took that money and was now doing a slow burn. And I'm really surprised to see Brenda Chunder back on these Zoom meetings, which is a real surprise because I thought she was doing a runner with her. But I'll eat my hat if we ever see Keith Williams again. I reckon he's gone and dusted. Right, question number 11 I've prepared.
Can you explain your role as the main tech guy in Hyper and address the issues with withdrawal glitches and the failure of HyperCosmos? Failure of HyperCr, the worthless NFTs people purchased, which was to enable people to be assured of their 1x.
Right, so quite an in-depth question here, and if you follow it with me, basically Sam Lee was saying that the technology, that the platform that HyperVerse runs on was all provided by Hypertech Group, which is his company. And now they want to explain, well, if it was so rock solid, why did you have glitches and why was people's monies being frozen? Now, you might think, yeah, we want to know what happened. It's a Ponzi scheme. They run out of money. It's not rocket science. So they had no money to pay people, so they froze the accounts. And that's why they changed to version 2. And they thought, oh, no, we'll do the release rate of money slower. So they changed it that instead of maturing in 600 days, they changed it to 1,330 days. And they also changed it from, instead of getting 3 times, you'd get 4 times. And if you do the maths on that, it means that the whole Ponzi scheme is now just doubled and then some, the length of time it's going to give you the rewards, hoping that you guys are going to keep recruiting, and by that time more money is going to come in. And the other one too is they did a big campaign selling NFTs, and they forced everyone to buy yellow NFTs for $100. So if you were an existing HyperVerse member, you could actually purchase a yellow NFT, and that would enable you to get your ticket to go into HyperNation, and then you can purchase your plan. How ridiculous is that? So that $100, we want to know what happened to that money that people purchased the NFTs with. Now, what I think happened is there was all these billboard advertisings all around, which would have cost a fortune. So I reckon the money in the NFTs and the, all those platforms, that money was just some cash flow to get this to another level. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm just going to turn my iPad off because I'm looking at myself. So yeah, NFTs and every aspect of this whole Ponzi scheme is to get more money. I mean, don't forget, there was a letter sent out by the HyperNation on their Medium account, and I got it all on video, and they were claiming that January 2022 that someone actually hacked into the platform that was rock solid on the blockchains and all this sort of stuff, and Sam Lee's tech, and they held them for ransom Well, they didn't hold them for ransom. They stole all the money. This is what they said in their own press release. Then, long story short, is they notified FTX and they notified Binance and all the other exchanges that they had been robbed. And they would have been robbed theoretically for a couple of $1 million or theoretically for $900 million. The wallet address that I have shows just short of $900 million being taken out, I think around September. I can get that information, place a comment, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'm quite happy to tell you that wallet address so you can do your own investigation. Anyway, so long story short, they said that they managed to stop the hacker from taking the money out of the platforms. Then they negotiated with the hacker just at the beginning of December, I think it was, and they paid him $400,000 as a bug finder's fee, and then they managed to get access to the funds again. And they said that they were going to use that money to pay out the 1X. Now, this was right when Sam Lee stuck his ugly head up and started saying that he wants to steal the community. And this was HyperNation's way of actually trying to keep the community in the living hope that they're going to get their money back. And then, get this, 2 days later, after that article was posted on the internet, it got taken off the internet. So go to my YouTube channel, look for, or send me a message, go to deheck.com if you get stuck, and send me a message and I'll send you the link to that video if you're not listening properly. So there is a video out there showing you that HyperNation claims that they got robbed. Sam Lee was asked the question, what evidence, what proof is it that? He laughed at the fact that they were saying that his software that he provides was hacked, and then we've got the other side of it where they claim that the software he provides had glitches in it, and people weren't able to withdraw because of the glitches. So it's a real carrot show here. Okay, so now question number 12.
The certified that Hyper is holding on behalf of members, when will this be given back to them?
Right, certified Hyper holding on to half members, will that be given back to them? The certified, oh righty, okay, certified that Hyper is holding on behalf of members. I don't get the answer to that question. So they must have have to get certified. I don't understand that, but there must have been a certification around some sort that Hyper asked them to do. And they were holding it for members, and people have asked me to ask when they were going to get it back. Right, number 13. Sorry, I don't know the answer or how to read that question right.
Can you update us on the status of the HyperMining contracts?
Right, so a lot of people spent a lot of money, because this was another thing. They decided, oh, I know how to get more USDT out of people. We'll sell them HyperMining contracts. So this is something that people still hold, and they want to know what's the status of this HyperMining. Now this is HyperVerse, not HyperNation, I assume. So where's that money and what's the status of that was the question we'd like to know. Remember, Sam said he wants full transparency, but any of the questions he's been asked, he sideswipes all of them. He doesn't answer them truthfully.
How do you respond to calls for answers and concerns about misinformation?
Oh, that's a bit of the self-explanatory question. He doesn't. He just dribbles and makes half-truths up. Let's carry on.
Can you explain how you can help the members get their 1x when you claim not to be informed by the corporation?
Yeah, so it's ridiculous really, is it? Because he's basically saying, just imagine Microsoft decide to charge everyone $100 to be part of Microsoft. Somebody who's a CEO of Microsoft decides to leave Microsoft and set up their own company called Apple. And then they go to the community forums or Telegram groups or communities and say that if everyone comes up and signs up for Apple and tells me how much money they spent with Microsoft, I will go and negotiate back to Microsoft, telling them I've just stolen their client base and negotiate to get your money back. So where is the money for all that coming from? You know, and how can you trust anyone? I mean, and also HyperVerse has said that they want people to, now get this other thing, this is disgusting. They're telling people if I invested $10,000, you need to fill out a what do they call it, the KYC document, then you need to transfer an additional 30% of whatever you put in. So they want me to put another $3,000 into the platform, and then they'll let you withdraw that. Now they don't say what token it will come back to you as. I'm pretty sure that if you put $10,000 in and you put another $3,000 in, that there's no clarity around whether you're going to get 13,000 USDT back to take off a platform. You're probably going to get given a shit coin that is about to crash as soon as you get ownership of it, because that's what they've done in the history. How much is HVT coin worth at the moment?
How do you address the history of failure in your previous endeavours?
Yes, so that's what I talked about earlier on. We go back to withdrawal, Bitcoin Group, Colonstar Capital, HyperCapital, HyperFund, HyperVerse, HyperNation. He says he wasn't HyperNation, but there was no exit strategy or anyone. Did he ever stick his head up and say he wasn't? No, everyone was led to believe that it was the same entity, and then we heard rumours that it wasn't the same entity. So how could he respond?
How do you respond to accusations of being a common thief?
Yep. Well, he won't admit that, will he? He tells you that he's working and batting for you. That's just a load of rubbish.
Can you provide information about StableDAO and its utility?
So the utilities, he's talking about staking people's coins or staking for 10 years. And he also believes that StableDAO is only got it. Now, when crypto crashed, there was a saying that went around the internet, you can see who's been swimming naked when the tide goes out. Now, he's basically saying to you guys, he wants to buy time. Now, crypto's gone up a little bit just recently. Well, Bitcoin has in the last few days. So no doubt he's looking to trade his way out of this. Imagine you're a gambler and you're at the casino and you've lost everything. So you get everyone in the casino together and you say, look, if you just stand around me and give me a little hype and a lot of encouragement and give me the kudos that I deserve as a scammer, when someone new walks into the casino, everyone will say, hey, Sam Lee's at the table. He really knows how to play poker. Why don't you come along and do bets behind him? And then those people that place the bets, the people encouraging you to get involved in the gambling, because that's what it is, will get a commission of the money that you put down on the table. So that is basically what the utility, I believe, that StableDAO is providing. He's hoping that when the bull market goes off again, that he will make money for you. Now, it's not rocket science, guys, but if I put $10,000 on Bitcoin at the moment, I would have made a lot of money over the last 2 or 3 days. But it's when do you put that money on Bitcoin? So you don't need these third parties to invest if you want to play around in crypto. Personally, I'd keep my money in the bank, go get a product or service.
How do you respond to concerns about StableDAO being a pump and dump scheme?
It definitely is a pump and skunk scheme. There's no doubt about that. I mean, this is not rocket science, ladies and gentlemen. It's just stupid because I have heard from reliable sources that he thinks it's quite comical that you guys are all puppets and you are listening. He thinks he's in charge of the community and everyone's watching him like he's some messiah or godlike, and he's literally lining his own pockets. In the interview before I got kicked out, they literally said it's okay for you because you haven't lost any money. You're financially secure. Well, he seems to be. I don't believe they've got as much money as possible. I don't believe Sam's got the money. I don't believe Ryan Jew's got the money. I don't believe Jayden's got the money. I believe it's all held up in wallets that they don't get access to. And like he said, why would he be talking about a large sum of money that's going to mature in 2023? And why can't he take that money out now? Because he's banked that money, and it's probably his own money, hoping that when the crypto goes off, that's where he's going to get more money. So he doesn't want to spend his equity. He wants to obviously use the equity to build some more capital. I hope I'm saying that right, but you get the idea.
You said you were building a database so you could take the numbers to a company so that they would pay back people's 1x from their marketing budgets. Now that you have deluded the people to your own project, StableDAO, does that mean you will be paying them back with your marketing budget?
This is crazy. So what advertisers is he talking about? And if he has got advertisers, why do they want to advertise with Sam Lee? And why would he be using the marketing budgets of these advertisers to pay back the money to people who have lost money in a previous scam that wasn't actually his enterprise? Can you imagine going along to Sam Lee and saying, look, I want to invest $500,000 with you, and he goes, sure, but then you watched him in a YouTube video telling everyone that when they get the marketing money from advertisers, he's going to use it to pay an old debt. I mean, what is he going to use and what is he going to advertise? This is the most stupidest thing I've actually heard anyone saying.
Are you still providing the technology that runs HyperNation?
Good point. Now, if they are using his platform, then why doesn't he cripple it? Why doesn't he stop it? Why does he still provide this platform where it runs on? And does he not have access to his own software? And why is he working with corporate? He still says that he meets with corporate once a month. Now, that sounds ridiculous. Are you telling me that this guy can go to Microsoft, let's use him as an example, sit in a chair, in a chair when they have their once a month meeting and not have an influence when they're using his software? This is ridiculous. So either they've stolen his software or he's still corporate. Now, I've said this many times, he is corporate.
Where did you get this money from to pay HyperVerse? How is he paying back the members of Blockchain Global?
True. So Blockchain Global, as I mentioned, was a company based here not here, but in Australia, Melbourne. And they tried 3 times to get on the Australian share market. First company ever to get on there. But when they got $50 million invested, then all of a sudden, all the money disappeared and all the investors lost $50 million. So that's a really good question. So who was corporate? Well, he won't admit that, but I'm telling you, he is corporate with Sam, Ryan, Jayden, and 2 Kevins that we don't know. We do know one of the Kevins, well, I do. Where do you hold the corporate meetings? Yeah, that's the question I actually had. Where do you hold these meetings? Is it over Zoom? What country is this based out of? Is it Chinese? Is it in Italy? Where are you holding these meetings? I'd like to know. Okay, and then what? Yeah, so that's the question. I think I've answered that pretty much. I'm not Sam Lee, but I'll give it a go.
What is your funds managed division? How much did you receive from the community? Can you give us a dollar figure?
Yeah, and that's me again, actually. So what I'm actually saying is he's talked about having a funds managed division. And then he's talked about how he gave that division money to HyperNation or HyperVerse, and then that was meant to be used to pay out people's one-times. And he said that money was misappropriated. So if it was misappropriated, I'd like to know how much money we're talking. And why couldn't he tell us that? And the NDA? What a load of crap. What sort of NDA do you need to sign with a company that's running an illegal activity? And really, are they going to take you to court, Sam? I doubt it very much. Right, and can you give us a dollar figure? So he talks about how he gave money from his managed division, funds managed division, and he also gave money from him, some money he had. Whether that money is the stuff he's talking about that matures in 2023, where did that money come from? I want to know where he got his money from, because as far as I'm concerned, that money could have come from Blockchain Global investors in Australia. And my calculation says if he's got anything out of that, it'll probably be $20 million, going by what the liquidators are looking for. So if you do the maths on that, then is $20 million going to be enough to pay back people when I know one person that told me they've lost $5 million to HyperVerse? So there's not enough money in the kitty. He's full of shit. And if there is, tell us how much money you've got in the investment, how much you're hoping to get that matures in 2023. That's what transparent is, not making up half curlies to steal the community.
How can you prove the amount of money people have put in?
How can you prove the amount of money people brought in? Now, this is brilliant. So he's talking about getting KYC documents of people, which means you give your passport and you give your driver's license, you give them your home address, and you give them all your personal details. Are you kidding me? Do you really think that is a wise thing to do to a bank robber? Where do you think your details are going to go? Come on, kids, wake up. Don't give people like this your personal details. So then when you do give those personal details, he's got you by the balls. And then somehow he's got to go back to an entity that's not talking to him and find out how much money you put in. So he wants screenshots. It's absolutely pathetic. I'll just have to end that one. All right, somebody rang me. Sorry about that. Now, why did HyperVerse... Okay, so here's another question.
Why did HyperVerse ask for members' KI to prove they were genuine users then not honour their withdrawals?
Why did HyperVerse ask for members' KYC to prove that they were genuine users and not honour the withdrawals? Now that's really interesting, because they claim people like Kalpesh Patel and Keith Williams and Amanda Lee from Australia, they were creating multiple accounts. So now they're saying that HyperVerse were asking everyone to give them their driver's license, your passport, your home address, all your personal details, your middle name, your phone number, everything about yourself, And then they needed this to verify who you were. And then if you do this and pay 30% of the money you originally put in, after all that, they're theoretically going to give you your money back, but there's no money. So what they're sort of saying is, why do you need that proof to prove that people, because if somebody set up a multiple account, surely it was paid for with real USDT. At one point, you could use HyperVerse dollars to pay for 50% of a new account. So literally what people were doing to get their money out of HyperVerse was going up to a friend and saying, look, I've got an investment opportunity where you can get 3 times your return on your money. I'm going to sponsor you a free account. So they would pay the $300. Now this is how it works. Somebody would pay $300. They would use 50% USDT out of their own pocket. So let's say I want to give you an account. I'm going to pay for your $300 account. So I'm going to use 150 USDT from my own personal money. Then I'm going to use the other 50% to repay, I'm going to use HVT money to pay for the other half of the account. So that means that because I was structured in a way and I referred you, I'm actually going to get 20% of the referral fee back as HVT. So that means 20% of 300, I'm going to get $60. So that means I'm actually going to get, do some quick maths here, $90 to set you up with your own free HyperVerse account for $300 is going to cost me $90. Then what I tell you to do is when you break even, so when you get your money back up to say $600 back, then you need to pay back the money for the initial $300. And that's literally what people were doing. So if you follow that, they would receive a commission for creating a new account. They would get money for the account they gifted you with no risks, but at the end of the day, they got you on the platform, they got your name, they got your details, maybe the KYC information and everything. I'm not 100% sure how that works, if I'm correct in the way I explained that, but it was a cunning way of doing modern money laundering in the modern world. And that's how it works. So this is what the the multiple accounts was all about. So people were setting up accounts for not their dog, but, Auntie Mary, sister, kids, mum, dad, everyone, and then this is how it was structured. And that was when it was around the stage where people were not able to get their money out. So a lot of people never withdrew their money from HyperVerse. They left it in the platform because, let's say, if I referred you and you put $1,000 in, I get $200. Now, at one point, I could take that $200 off the platform, exchange it into USDT, and have $200 straight away of your money before you even got anywhere. That's the referral fee. Then what they did is they would give you the option that you could leave that $200 in the platform, and then within 600 days you would get $600. So everyone's thinking, wow, everyone's happy, everyone's raving about it, the VIPs withdrawing money left, right and centre. Why don't I just leave my money on the platform? And a lot of people just never ever took any money out of it, and that's how the system and the Ponzi scheme continues so long. Okay, so let's go. I must be up to, I've only got a few more questions.
Do you insinuated that you will do something that is legal? Do you now agree HyperVerse was doing illegal investments?
Yeah, that's my question again. So Sam said he would do another system with Stable Dao and it would be perfectly legal. So that would insinuate that the last one he did wasn't legal. And I don't know what's legal about a Ponzi scheme. Just saying.
You claim that you will be sharing the kite data collected with third parties. How do we maintain our privacy?
Yeah, and that's incredible because theoretically the marketing companies that are going to be using your data, he's going to be sharing your data, your demographics, so that they can push things that entice you to spend, to promote your friends. So I want to know about privacy. We live in a world where the selling data is worth big money. So you can imagine if Sam Lees decides to get out of this Ponzi scheme, go into hiding, which I wouldn't be surprised, then why is he actually doing this data? Sorry, that makes no sense. Why, what am I trying to say here, Danny? So why is he selling our data? Well, I'm not involved in it, but your data to other organisations, and what happened to privacy? How does he get away of doing that, especially when he said above he's going to do it legally? That's not legal in my country. What about yours?
Can only money be received back from StableDAO is by selling products, services to friends, family.
Yeah, so that's can only money be received back from StableDAO? Yeah, so there's no money. So if you join StableDAO, which he's trying to force people to do, when he's claiming that's how he's going to get people's one-time reward back. Now, because you never invest, you're not going to walk in there and join and get money back. So he's telling you, just like he did with HyperCosmos, that if you go and sell HyperCosmos for $200 to somebody, straight away you'd get out $100. But people were buying shit. They weren't buying anything, as a couple of videos I had on there were quite funny. So what basically he's saying that if you join HyperDAO, he's going to help you get your one-times back. He's not. He's going to teach you how to recruit and how to be an affiliate and how to be a multi-level marketer and sell shit products to your friends or family, and you're going to die a lonely life because you're going to have no friends and your family's going to hate you. So the guy that lost $5 million was all family money. His family had taken him to court. That's what he said, and that's why he's talking to me. So it's really cool. And the last question, the second to last question is this.
You claim Citibank is a partner of StableDAO, but they have confirmed that this isn't true. Can you explain this?
Yeah, so StableDAO says that he's got the investment backed by the 13th largest bank in the world, Citibank. We've literally had people investigate this, and Citibank have no connection with StableDAO. And you might think, how can they make a claim like that? That's because these guys are robbers. He's holding a gun, pointing at you, trying to convince you with these big name brands. It's like saying Microsoft is running the back end of HyperVerse. It's just lies, and people have got to wake up now. There's a petition going around at the moment. Please do find it on my videos, find the link, just text me, go to theheck.com. If you really want to stop Stanley, you need to do your part. And it's not rocket science, ladies and gentlemen, it's the heck science. The very last question really says it all.
Are you making this up as you go?
Right, so he did a video with Brenda Chunda the other day, and basically he said all the videos he's done previously, scrap them, only watch this one, because he said literally he's learning more about the community as he goes, and some of the statements he made previously don't apply anymore. Do you really need Sam Lee in your life? That's my last question to you. Do you really think Sam Lee is a good guy and he's someone that you want to look after your finances with? Come on, wake up, kids. People give me a hard time because I'm the crypto Ponzi scheme avenger, and they say I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, I do know what I'm talking about because I've watched over 200 plus videos of watching these people scam you. Now, tonight, there is a conference happening in Christchurch, New Zealand, where I'm from, and it's wewe.Global. I have done my utmost to stop this company coming to my hometown. Good news happened. The FMA, which is our financial institution, did a beautiful warning out to New Zealanders telling you that wewe.Global is actually a scam. Now, there was 4 of us who actually put complaints in that I know of, and this is the first country in the world to actually complain that wewe.Global is a Ponzi scheme and put a warning out there. So one of the people that's going to be on the stage preaching you tonight, he sent me a voice recording of, he didn't send me a voice recording, he rang me up just before he got on the plane from Australia to come to New Zealand, and I recorded what he said. So I'm going to be working on a video with showing you what these guys were, but I got a message from a dear friend of mine that helps us. We've got a fantastic community in our Telegram groups. Please do go to the top of my YouTube channel. You need to go to the homepage or the About Us page, and you'll find the links to our Telegram group. Please do reach out to us, join our Telegram group. We've got petition groups, the whole 9 yards. I have a personal agenda to name and shame anyone that is running or promoting a Ponzi scheme or a scam, and I've spent hours and hours and hours and hours doing so. I'm Danny Heck. The New York Times called me the crypto Ponzi scheme avenger. I've been on local radio. I've even been in the Otago Times, and just last week I had 4 pages in the listeners with my quest to stop anyone who's running a Ponzi scheme or a scam. I stick my neck out for you because I know that some people want to keep their privacy. I'm totally transparent. I really am. I have no filter. So I really appreciate you. Please do hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. I know I've said that 10 times, but people don't realise how much difference that makes. I appreciate you watching. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the bell, and you'll be notified when my next video comes out. Thanks for watching. Didn't stop, did it? Got to click these buttons twice.